to the next episode of Walk and Talk, man. I needed a haircut today. It's raining outside, so we ain't gonna do no walking and talking. We're gonna turn this episode into barbershop talk. You know, Barber was asking me, a lot of people always ask me, how you got your dedication? How was you able to dedicate yourself to feeling better? So I looked up the word dedication. The word dedication is to have a strong support for something or someone. You know, you're very supportive of something or someone. I'm very supportive of my health. Once I figured out that I needed to get myself together, I became dedicated to my health. We all need that moment in our lives where we realize that, hey, maybe we're going the wrong way and maybe we need to change some stuff around. You have to be able to think about the future today. A lot of people like to think about what makes them feel good right here in the present. It's easy to think like that. It's easy to think, man, let me just grab a juice and not pay attention to what's the nutrition in that juice. It's easy to grab that juice because it tastes good. It makes us feel good at the moment. But it's hard to be able to act on, it's hard to be able to think long term. It's hard to be able to realize that, hey, maybe this juice tastes good right now, but later down the line, you know, it's not going to be as good for me. So can you dedicate yourself to feeling better later, or you just stuck on today? That's the question. That's the question I asked myself. I was truly dedicated to football this time. I eat my last meal at 5:30. I would still go work out, play basketball, be active after that, like 6:30 or whatever, do my homework, whatever. But this was the second workout of the day. I would work out with the team at noon, and I was losing weight. I was in the best shape of my life. I was able to run comfortably, like run a mile and have a conversation with you. Like I was in tremendous shape, and all of a sudden, my flexibility was going down and I was getting slower, and I was like, I'm not tired, I'm in shape, why am I getting slower? So I started to ask that question, and all of a sudden one day, bang! Off that weight, man, it felt like electricity went through my body, and I'm like, what was that? And come to find out, it was a back injury. So as soon as I got in the best shape of my life, I found out that I was actually in bad shape because of back injury. So I went to the doctor, whatever, and the doctor shattered that short-lived dream of playing college football. Like, what made it even worse was the fact that he told me what I was going through wasn't curable. So that was like 2 bullets shot in me at one time. Like, I can't play football no more. And you got to deal with this pain. Like, I got an 80-year-old back, and I'm 20 years old, so I'm like cold-blooded. I started drinking alcohol. I started smoking weed. My diet went to crap. I don't even know how I was able to finish school, but I stayed in school. Long story short, I stayed in school and I was able to graduate, but my health was not good at all. I was the dude that would set an alarm clock for 4 o'clock in the morning so I could get some fresh donuts. I wanted that, wait on that Krispy Kreme light to come on. I want them hot. I'd go get 6 donuts, a couple of kolaches, and a chocolate milk. Still went to class at 8. You think I was thinking about some class? All that sugar going to my brain, clogging up my brain, making my brain fat? Nah, it's hard to think like that. So anyway, that's a little deeper than y'all probably want to go right now. But that health was not on my mind, and I graduated college around 23 years old. And donuts is the worst food alive. Like, donuts and pizza, it don't get no worse than that. I call donuts the trifecta because it's carbs, sugar, and it's fried. It's like it's hitting you all kind of ways. How did I get on Bob and Brad? Well, here, this is how it happened. Fast forward 7 years later. Remember that bang from earlier? It happened again. Bang! I ain't gonna do it loud this time, but I was at a friend of mine's house and it happened again. Hurt my back again. I don't know how, I don't know why. It happened. I had to ride the ambulance basically around the corner. He stayed a block away from the hospital. I could not get up. He called my mama. Mama came. Mama called the ambulance. They came pick me up. I'm weighing 350 pounds. It was a lot for them to pick me up and put me on that stretcher, but they did. At that time, I didn't realize nothing about health. I was active, but I didn't realize that it's more than being active. It's actually got to be dedicated to what you put in your body. I didn't realize this at the time, being 26 years old. I never realized it. From 20 to 26, that bang happened a couple times. But this time, I actually went to the doctor and he sent me to Houston to take a shot, a steroid shot right in my back. And that made the pain go away, but then a few years later, it happened again. thing. And I'm sitting on the couch at the new house me and my wife had just bought. And when it happened this time, this was when I looked up and I asked God, why I gotta deal with this? Why I gotta deal with this back pain like I'm 80 years old and I'm still in my 20s. And once you ask a question to yourself, your brain starts to look for an answer. The job I was working at the time was a job where I was able to search YouTube. Ran across these guys, Bob and Brad, two most famous, that song. Ran across Bob and Brad, and then I realized that it's a lot more people dealing with back pain than just me, because for the longest I felt alone dealing with this pain for 6-7 years, just dealing with it before I started to dedicate myself to myself. That's where the dedication began that night, sitting on the couch, not knowing why I had to go through that certain pain. That's it right there, brother. Let me see. Man, you cold, dog. You cold, bro. You must be dedicated to this, man. Hey, he dedicated to his craft, bro. How you got like that?
It's like the mom had my senior year. I just kept getting better and better. It's like passion for it.
Oh, diamond in the rough, man. Found me a diamond in the rough, man. We in the house, man. This ain't even the barber shop. I ain't gotta go to the shop. Got my boy. Yeah, see, like anything in life, bro, you just gotta be dedicated. I'm dedicated to my health because I want to feel better for my family. I want to feel better for my future family, my kids. I want to be able to live for them long term. If I only worry about how I feel today, and when today gone, what about tomorrow? And people don't think about tomorrow, but tomorrow always comes. The future is always coming, regardless of how bad it may seem right here in the moment. Tomorrow always comes. So I mean, just stick with it. Just like my boy dedicated to his craft, you ought to be dedicated to your craft. Be dedicated to your health. If he dedicated himself to his health, you better cut hair for forever. So whatever we got going on, whatever job you do it better when you feel better within yourself. So keep that in mind next time you about to eat that donut or that Twinkie. Think about tomorrow, not just today. You heard me?